Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining. Come on over. I've got something I want to share with you that I just discovered last weekend, and it got me through a really awkward family gathering with an ex husband of 20 years, over 20 years ago. And I was so proud of myself. I was so surprised, and I wanted to share with you guys today. So, if you have ever experienced an awkward get together through with an ex there, listen in. You might want to try this during your next awkward get together and meetup. So, it can be really hard when we go through a breakup or a divorce and we've got mixed children. We're trying to co parent. It can be so hard because people might have hurt you. And some of those things, those hurts, that pain that you went through, the harsh words, the neglect, the abuse, the dysfunction, it can be really hard. It can be really, really hard to face and to get through. It can be traumatizing. We go through therapy because of it, right? I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally, to heal. And if you're like that, I feel for you and I understand. And I'm so sorry you're going through that. I'm so sorry that you had to experience deep pain or dysfunction and trauma and grief. It's not easy. But what I've learned is that we go through those experiences in life to learn something. And if we can learn from those decisions, if we can learn what not to do, who not to be with, if we can learn a little bit more about ourselves, a little bit more of what we're really here and why we're really here, and what we're here to do in the world because of things and mistakes that we might have made, then it's worth it. It's worth it. You might not feel it during the time. You might be in a place right now in your life where you are going through the trenches, where you are going through a tough spot, where you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, where you feel like there's no hope, where you feel like nobody's ever going to love you again. Maybe you've lost respect for yourself from decisions that you made or things that you did out of haste or neglect or not knowing any better. There's hope. I promise there's hope. It can get better. Last weekend, I just shared another video about how I was feeling during an awkward birthday party for my grandchild that I went to last weekend. And my ex-husband walked in the room, and all these feelings of the pain from situation that happened with my daughter and family situations from the past, it came to surface. I do my best to move forward and to move past what has happened, but when you're forced to be in situations and in the company of people who haven't always done right by you, it can be really, really difficult. And that's why I'm getting on today, is to share what happened to me last weekend and what I did. And hopefully this technique can help you get through some of those awkward moments and, more importantly, move forward and have peace in your life. What I did, I was sitting on the couch. He walked in the room and I saw him, and I instantly started feeling anxiety. I instantly started feeling unworthy, small, insignificant. I instantly thought of all the regrets that I had in my whole entire life, and I just felt like I was this big. But I shifted my focus and I looked at my grandchildren and I saw the happiness and the smiles that they were having, and I focused on that. And what ended up happening inside of me is I felt this overwhelming love. And it was almost like my heart grew, like the story of the Grinch where his heart grew. But my heart, it was almost like I could feel the energy in my heart. And it was all pure love. And instead of seeing the regrets and the mistakes and the mean things and the mean, hateful conversations and the backstabbing and the gossip and all the pain, instead of focusing on that, I was then able to focus, and I looked at him. And for the first time, I thought, he hasn't had it easy either. And I was able to shift perspective from my own little worldview, my own little perspective, and I broadened it up. And I was able to shift perspectives and actually see it from his point of view. And I'll tell you what, that helped soften my spirit. And I thought, he doesn't have it better than I do. He's had to face trauma and pain too. And then my heart grew and expanded, and I could feel it going beyond myself. I could feel it going beyond my grandson. I could feel it encompassing everybody in the room. Ex-in-laws, people who I've had conflict with, people who looked at me as the worst mother in the world. But they hadn't seen it from my point of view. They hadn't seen it and known what the truth of what was really going on behind the scenes. But all that was water under the bridge. And in that moment, my heart grew to encompass everybody inside that room. And I just sat there and I thought about their lives. And that they were just there to love on my grandkids. They were just there to love on my daughter. And we were all there for the same reason. And this peace came inside over me. This peace washed over me like a waterfall. And I felt close to God, and I felt close to those little ones, and it was almost like looking past this lifetime, looking past at the soul level, and realizing that we were all part of family at one time. For whatever reason, we came into each other's lives. For whatever reason, we're still in each other's lives today. And I was able to forgive with that growing love inside of me and embrace that extended family that was once my family decades ago, 30 years ago. And look at it as, hey, we got through it. We survived. We have battle scars, both of us, all of us, but we made it. And here we are, we're celebrating the beautiful lives of our grandchildren. And it was such a beautiful moment. But this is a technique I want to share with you, that if you're experiencing an awkward family moment, an awkward family gathering, that so many of us are going through divorces. So many of us are going through not just a divorce, but maybe you've had a children with somebody in your life and you're co-parenting, and it's so hard. You've grown beyond that relationship. You're no longer together, but you need to show up as parents for the children. And I just encourage you to place your hand on your heart for at least 15 seconds, and it's almost like a hug, you know? And what that does is it expands your heart energy. And then try to envision that, expanding that into the room and embracing those in your life, those in the room, and look past the past and just be in the moment. Someone once told me that anxiety comes up when we are thinking of something in the future or thinking something in the past. And those things aren't in the present moment. So if we can bring in being in the moment, focusing on what's around us, the beautiful lives, the children, the smiles, the laughs, the commonality. Then it takes away all of that extra stuff that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. And I share this technique with you, and hopefully if you use it, please let me know. Come back in the comment of this and comment below how you use it, how it impacted you. And again, how that would work is place your hand on your heart, focus right here in your body on you, not outside of you, focus on you. You're breathing if you have to. Be calm and expand that love to the others in the room who you love so deeply, like your grandchildren, your daughter. And let that love grow and blossom into the others in the room who maybe you don't love as much. But let it blossom and envision that growing outside of the whole entire room. And try to feel and sense what that's like. And envision a color, a pink color or gold color, some type of a light color. And envisioning that, and just feel and shift your perspective. If we can shift our perspective to be like we're all human, we all make mistakes. We're all here trying to live, trying to figure out that 4-letter word called life. We all make mistakes. And if we can shift our perspective from the one that has been hurt to the one who has hurt, to the one who has healed and found peace and happiness. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for watching. If this resonates with you, try it out. Share it with a friend who might need to hear it. If you're needing a little extra help through the holiday season or through the season of divorce and co-parenting, or if you're processing grief and you're not sure how to get through it, feel overwhelmed, let's figure that out together. I'm a grief coach. I specialize in helping people rebuild their lives after heartache and loss. And I would be happy to see if we can rebuild your life together after heartbreak. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.